baby girl. Welcome to Nairobi. Let them know. Oh. So this is day one in Kenya. Guys, this is my friend Bridget. You're going to meet her later. We're working out right now. So she's just telling me that we are currently in the ghetto of Kenya. I don't believe this. Stop this. She's showing me around my new place. This your neighborhood. You proud of your neighborhood? You Nairobian now? Yeah. You're Kenyan now, huh? Would you pursue citizenship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm currently filing for my
Over the last several years, an interesting trend has been gaining attention, whereby a growing number of Black Americans have been sharing their experience of relocation to Kenya, particularly Nairobi, Kenya, and many describe feeling happier, more connected, and less stressed than they did in the United States.
I've spent the past 3 years in Nairobi, Kenya. Like I told you guys, I was there for 4 months in 2023. I went to Mombasa, Nakuru, and a few cities nearby outside the Nairobi metropolitan area. And I relocated there in 2024, and I just now recently have left there. So I have a good amount of time. I'm telling you guys, there are people in Nairobi that more than likely have more money than you do. And they have a mirror. They have a mirror that's on a fucking G-Wagon. And in Africa, they don't have loans. They don't have loans. Like, and if they do have loans on top of that, the taxes to get a regular Honda in Kenya make the car 2 to 3 times more than the value that it costs somewhere in America. For example, for y'all that don't know.
Now, this does not mean that everyone has the same experience, because plenty of Black Americans love living in their country, and they have got no desire to leave that country. But for those who have made that decision to move to Africa, Kenya, their story raises an interesting question. You know, what is it about Nairobi that makes some people feeling like they are at home? So I want us to watch some clips here, then I'll be back with my commentary. And of course, if you're watching me for the first time, please subscribe, like the video, and share.
I'm gonna give you my 3 reasons why I feel like Kenya is the perfect country for African Americans. Reason number 1 is you experience no culture shock. Like, since I've been here, and I've been here over a month now, I have not experienced culture shock. I feel like, especially in Nairobi, everybody's up on everything. All the trends, all the slang. Like, I can say stuff and it's just like I'm at home. They just understand me. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm Gucci or whatever. And they're like, yeah. Or people have told me, yeah, I'm Gucci. And I'm like, really? And they're really up on everything. Like, from like early 90s R&B to like obscure early 2000 rappers like Jibbs. I don't even know if people even remember like Jibbs, the guy who made Chain Hang Low song. So you're gonna feel right at home. It's like you're just like in another city in America. It's like they transported a part of America and installed it in Kenya. And I feel like that's like not just American culture, like UK culture. Like, Kenyans are very, very worldly. I can say that. They know a lot about the world. Number 2 is everybody speaks English. And that's huge, because I used to live in Tanzania, and there were a lot of people, you would run into a lot of people who didn't speak English and that you needed to use Swahili. But here, I have never ran into anybody that didn't speak English. Everybody, from security guards to the help, everybody speaks English. So you don't really have to worry about learning Swahili. I mean, you should learn Swahili. Swahili is a dope language. I recommend you learn it. But it's not necessary to learn Swahili or another language to live in Kenya, especially Nairobi. And number 3, and this is a big one, Kenya is affordable. Kenya is very, very affordable compared to other African countries I've been to. Like if you're trying to get like a super modern apartment, you can spend like a couple thousands of dollars. Like just like a basic modern apartment, you could spend a couple $1,000s. Like one of my apartments, which is it's not bad, it's not like super super expensive, but like one of my apartments in Tanzania for a 3-bedroom was like $1,000, but that was back during the pandemic, so it's probably more now. But in Kenya, you can get reasonably priced places, especially like if you don't want to stay like in the center of town, like you want to get away from CBD, Westlands, and like Kilimani. Like there's people who's like renting places and their places look like super nice, like $300, $400 a month, and like crazy. I'm talking about this is a place that has a pool, a gym, yeah, it's like just like parking. Just modern, newly built, and for $300 or $400 a month for like a 2-bedroom, like you can't beat that. Like you can't beat that with a city.
I've always had that adventurous spirit, especially when I joined the military, got to go to different countries and so me taking the opportunities to venture out to other places, that's what allowed me to make a home away from home. And Kenya is my new home. When I first came here, I felt like I was part of a family that I knew nothing about. And they welcomed me in, and that's what got me to be extremely comfortable when it came to the atmosphere here.
There's 15 families that 15 families that have come so far. We have about 5 more on the calendar that's coming in the next 90 days. We have people that have booked for 2026 with no date. They just know they're leaving.
So I picked Kenya because I feel the safest here. People look similar to me, or you could say they look like me. It's not like going to Europe or going to some Latin American countries where there aren't that many black people. And it feels like I'm at home, like I fit in here. Mozambique.
For me, it's a movement. It's people deciding to make a choice for themselves. They're not being forced. Their shackles are being broken. Chains are being thrown away. Like, mentally, when they say they're coming home, they are choosing to be free.
We made it! We're in Kenya! Hey! Thank you, Jesus! Y'all don't even know what it took to get to this moment. I will tell you guys details later. But oh my God, y'all, I can't believe he had to touch the ground. He's in the motherland for the first time out of his whole family, all the generations since slavery that were brought to America from Africa. He's the first in his bloodline to touch the motherland right now. First in centuries since his family was stolen and brought over here. He made it home.
So I received this comment yesterday in the post that I made, and it really hit home. It really hit home when he said what he said. He said, or she, I don't know who it is, ain't nobody stopping you here from being black, for driving a nice car while black. There isn't, you fit the description. Okay, so it's not like that in the States. And I think that alone makes it so comfortable here. Recently in the news, they had an officer pulled over a judge. He didn't know she was a judge. He pulled her over and for driving slow, for being in a certain neighborhood, for being black, driving a nice vehicle. She was a judge. He didn't know she was a judge until he busted her tail like in the back, giving him a reason to give her a citation. Once he did that, she let him know, I'm a judge. And so then he started cowering off. It's like, you know, this, that, and another. Why you didn't tell me that? Why do I have to tell you that I'm a judge for you to treat me right? Why? Why do I have to go through that? America is not it. It's not it. You're gonna be judged for driving a nice car, whether you work hard for it, or it was passed down to you, or you rich. If you black and you're driving a nice car in certain neighborhoods, you could get pulled over by the police. You could end up losing your life when you get pulled over by the police. That's scary. So I say all this to say that I appreciate being where the majority looks just like me. I appreciate being somewhere where you fit in and you don't have to worry about another race discrediting you as a human just because of the color of your skin. And we already know who we are with our skin, so everybody wants this skin.
As an American who just moved to Kenya, something I'm getting used to is time here is a suggestion. You know, when you say you want to meet someone, even if it's something serious, you say 4, they hear 7. You know, I'm used to, being late. I'm used to, in the US, Black people were late all the time, but not for like business meetings or like, here, Kenyans, you take it to a whole new level. And I'm Kenyan still. I was born here. Like Kenya, I haven't lived here as an adult.
We are all Black women who left America and moved to Africa. We are living in paradise. God is good.
Text without believing how they said you're supposed to believe it. And I think that's the problem. We're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. But if you look at those
if you're speaking about like comedic texts and things of that nature, fine. But I'm saying this whole Bible,
but it comes from the comedic text.
Everybody,
because if you understand, and see, that's why I can say that, because I understand.
As long as you don't come here with that American arrogant bullshit, like, oh, in America we do this, in America we do that, with that type of shit, you'll get treated fantastically. As long as you come humbly and cool and don't carry that American arrogancy, Kenyans will treat you right.
Now, I want us to start with a different sense of belonging. One reason many people mention is the feeling of simply blending in because they find their fellow Black people. And in the United States, conversations about race have long shaped many people's experience. And some Black Americans say they often felt judged, they often feel stereotyped or constantly aware of how others perceive them. In Nairobi, Kenya, some newcomers or the Black Americans say they appreciate walking through the city without standing out because of their race or their color. They describe feeling like they can focus more on everyday life than on how they are being perceived. Kenya has its own social and economic challenges. I don't say that Kenya is good or Kenya is bad, but some people say the change in environment has been so refreshing to them because the majority they meet of people are the Black people. Another thing is the lower cost of living for some. If you compare the cost of living in Africa and the cost of living in the United States, there's a big difference. So they say that they can spend little money on food, transportation, and even housing. Compared with the United States, certain aspects of life in Nairobi, such as dining out, household help, or some housing options can be less expensive, particularly for people earning income in the US dollars or from the remote work. It is important to also remember that costs are widely depending on the neighborhoods. Note that every part of Kenya are shopping the same. Nairobi can also be expensive, especially in the upscale areas. So experience differ from person to person. Another thing is the strong sense of community. Black Americans who relocate talk about the warmth and the hospitality they experience because neighbors often know one another, families stay connected, communities gathering are also common in Africa or in Nairobi, and many newcomers say they appreciate this stronger sense of social connection, especially if they felt isolated in large American cities. Another thing is the connecting with African heritage. For some, moving to Kenya is also about reconnecting with Africa. Although African Americans or the Black Americans and Kenyans have different histories and cultures. Some people describe a sense of fulfillment in living on an African soil, learning local traditions, exploring history, and even building relationships. Many say it gives them a broader understanding of Africa beyond what they saw in movies or in the news. Another thing is the growing business opportunities. Nairobi has become one of the Africa's leading hubs for the technology, entrepreneurship, and even innovation. And some Black Americans move not only for the lifestyle reasons, but also to start their own businesses, their companies, invest in Africa, or work remotely while enjoying a different pace of life in Africa. Kenya's growing digital economy has attracted entrepreneurs from all around the world. That is why many people also prefer living or moving in Kenya. One thing to note is that Kenya is not perfect, as many people maybe might say or might think. It is also important to be realistic in some point. Moving to another country comes with its own challenges, and that is what we have to admit, because new residents may need to adapt to different laws in a country, bureaucracy, healthcare systems, traffic systems, language differences, and even cultural expectations. Homesickening can also be a real issue there, because you might find yourself missing your friends back in the United States or back in your country. So you've come to a country where you see different faces, so you'll be having that homesickening with you for some times. No country in the world is perfect, and Kenya has its own economic and even social challenges. That is why relocating is not the right choice for everyone. The growing interest in Kenya reflects something very much bigger. Many people today are asking what makes a good quality of life. Is it higher income, less stress, stronger sense of community, better work-life balance? You know, the answer are different for everyone, because for some Black Americans, Nairobi has provided opportunities and experiences they value very much deeply. For others, America remains the place they want to call home. But both perspectives can be true. You know, the story of Black Americans living in Nairobi reminds us that people seek different things in life. Some prioritize career opportunities, others value community, culture, or different pace of life. And whether someone chooses to stay in the United States or even move to Kenya or live somewhere else entirely is a personal decision that is shaped by their own experiences, their goal, or even their own circumstances. So guys, what do you think? Please talk to us or talk to me in the comment section. And of course, if you love this discussion, feel free to subscribe, like the video, share for more.
Let me know your taste. Okay, I will. Makes me want to work out harder every day.
It's healthy too. Everything is just so healthy prepared.
Fantastic.
What I'm liking about the food here in Nairobi, Kenya, is the freshness and it's just the quality. You can tell it's not GMO that we're eating. I'm not going back to America, honey.
I mean, the cheese is so real and rich. It's so perfect. Let's try the chicken. Yeah. It's perfect.
And I'm a food junkie. I'm telling you, when I say this tastes amazing, it just tastes amazing.
Yes.